Hello everyone. Thank you all for coming to my session. Today, I'm here to share my vision of the future of gaming based on what I have learned from experiences. First of all, I'd like to make it clear that I'm not making any prophecies. The approach would be to describe how gaming will evolve path dependently and disruptively as well, extrapolating from the past and the present. And not all bases will be covered in every aspect of gaming or future changes. AI will provide richer gaming experiences to users and bring groundbreaking innovations to the game developing process. And VR devices will someday reach the point where it can be used casually and daily and realize its potential in immersive gaming experience. But there remains a long road ahead. Anyway, I'm not here today to discuss AI or VR. There is another technology that already secured its place in the future, and that is blockchain. I want to discuss how blockchain will affect gaming and how the outcome will change today's gaming in turn, and how games will interact with each other. As I mentioned earlier, my points will be based on the experiences of WEMADE, the Korean video game company I have been working for. Allow me to share some information about myself. I'm Chang, the CEO of WeMade. Founded in 2000, during the early stages of the Korean gaming industry, WeMade released Legend of Myth, MIR, in 2000. This game achieved tremendous success in China, the world's largest gaming market. Currently, we are expanding beyond being merely a gaming company, evolving into a game platform company with a focus on blockchain games. In 1996, during my final year of college, I had the opportunity to work at Nexon. I began my career at Nexon and have since dedicated more than 27 years to the gaming industry. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to the late J.J. Kim, Nexon's founder, for providing me with a chance to work in this incredible, ever-expanding field. May he rest in peace. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. Last year, I gave a speech on blockchain gaming at GDC 2022 right here. To sum up my speech from last year, I made two arguments. First, in the near future, all games will issue their own tokens and NFTs since blockchain technology and tokenomics make game playing more enjoyable. In other words, all games will be transformed into blockchain games with their own game tokens and NFTs. However, so-called play-to-earn games born in the crypto scene will not succeed because they are not fun to play and will not be sustainable. Instead, applying tokenomics to fun games will be a successful approach. Second, Wemix, the blockchain WeMade has built, aims to be the open blockchain game platform which 100 blockchain games will onboard by the end of 2022. On the latter, we fell short of the goal of the 100 games since we are servicing about 25 games as of today. While I take the result humbly, I don't see this as a failure. When you create a business based on an innovative technology, a margin of error in prediction is expected, which is why I still stand by my first argument that all games will be transformed into blockchain games with their own game tokens and NFTs. My conviction, if anything, is even stronger. So here I am, back at GDC, giving a speech one more time, and I won't stop talking until I'm proven right and my visions become reality. I'd like to run through the last year. While it now belongs to the past, it is connected to the present, and it may well contain what's coming in the future as time is continuous. We have seen global financial crises. Some are still going on. Opinions vary, but most predict that they will affect us for at least another year. Cryptocurrency as a new financial system can help being impacted. Speculative nature of the cryptocurrency in its early stage made it even more vulnerable. The crypto winter came again as it did in February 2018. As we have witnessed the collapse of once the most popular coin, Terra Luna, and one of the biggest centralized exchanges, FTX, and runs by crypto-related funds and banks are happening. All these are giving rise to the idea that cryptocurrency is just a delusion once again. Warren Buffett called it a mirage. Bill Gates said Bitcoin doesn't have output. And the respected economist Nassim Nicholas Taleb argued that Bitcoin is worth exactly zero. And I believe most people share their views that cryptocurrency doesn't have any intrinsic values, it's useless and a fraud. I respect these people from the bottom of my heart, but I have to tell you that they are either mistaken or have insufficient understanding of crypto. And paradoxically, their backlash against the crypto is the concrete proof that paradigm shift brought by disruptive innovation is indeed happening. Because there is no such thing as a paradigm shift that everybody is happy with. What happened in the gaming industry was not very different. In 2021, when crypto prices surged, some gaming companies were toying with an idea of blockchain games with cryptocurrency applied. But as the price went down last year, and especially after the series of events I mentioned earlier, the actual development of blockchain games has been very slow. Misconception on blockchain games held by gamers and gaming companies has slowed down the process even further. Lack of trust on blockchain games in the gaming industry in general seemed to grow deeper and spread wider. More companies declared that they will never issue tokens and NFTs related to their games. Some Korean gaming companies and projects that had followed in WEMADE's footsteps decided to pivot their business orientation or give up entirely. Let me address two strong, widespread misconceptions on blockchain games. One is blockchain games are not fun, and the other is blockchain gaming companies make money by selling game tokens and NFTs. If you put these together, you have a very strange mixture. A game which is not fun, but still allows its maker to sell something to users and make money. It's pretty weird. In fact, these misconceptions are not unfounded. There still are many play-to-earn games that lure users into playing with the promise of earning cash. Some companies are appealing to gaming developers with nothing but development plans, saying game NFT sales can guarantee them millions of dollars in advance. If it's not fun, it's not a game. If you are selling useless things and lay the burden on the shoulders of new incoming users, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's quite true. One of the questions thrown at me most frequently last year was, you keep saying all games will be blockchain games with their own game tokens and NFTs. Then what is it that makes blockchain games fun? What makes blockchain games fun? This was asked by experts in gaming, including gamers, developers, and journalists. I'm sure that many of you would have the same question here. How can blockchain technology make games fun? Can game tokens and NFTs make boring games fun? A technology that can make boring games fun? Does that even exist? Nonsense. Blockchain-based tokens and NFTs can add fun to good games, but they cannot make boring games fun to play. What blockchain technology can do is to make good games even more fun by connecting the in-game economies of well-made games with a real-life economy via game tokens and NFTs. If a blockchain game is boring, the fault is on the game's size, not the blockchain's. No technology can make boring games fun. Also, it's not true that tokens and NFTs ruin gameplay. Let's imagine for a second. Let's say you can monopoly using tokenized currency and real estate and building NFTs. Will it be more fun or will it lose its intrinsic fun? This will make the game a lot more enjoyable. It will become more competitive and the tension will definitely rise. Blockchain games will be a lot more fun than existing games that don't involve real values. Blockchain games can be defined as a cross between game and blockchain economy, and its success will depend on how a well-made game has applied the blockchain economy, so-called tokenomics. Most online games have their own in-game economy. For an online game to gain success, it has to offer a fun and sustainable in-game economic system. But the in-game economy is locked up in games, mostly because it has always been. Blockchain can free the locked up economy into the real world and give the real economic value it deserves. The economic foundation is the blockchain economy, such as tokens, NFTs, DAOs, and DeFi. As I told you earlier, when you add blockchain economy to a game, it gets more enjoyable. It can easily go beyond monopoly. What if game tokens are implemented in Grand Theft Auto? What if its currencies can be game tokens and its items can be NFTs. What if you can trade the NFTs of Diablo 4 items inside and outside the game? Will these factors ruin the fun of game playing or make it more enjoyable? I don't think this is a hard question to answer, especially for us, gamers and game developers. In the last 5 years, we have learned a great lesson while building a blockchain game platform. In short, it's tokenomics for users. Users should benefit directly from game tokens and NFTs. Minting and trading should be up to users, and economic benefits that follow should belong to users as well. Let me talk about MIR4 as an example, MIR4. MIR4 is the most commercially successful blockchain game ever. MIR4 is a well-made game. It launched in November of 2020 in Korea, and it made $100 million in a year. We incorporated blockchain economy to the existing version and launched a global version August 2021. And this game has been achieving worldwide success. As of the fourth quarter of 2021, monthly active user was 6.2 million and peak concurrent user was 1.41 million. It peaked at number 7 on Steam. MIR4 was successful in multiple countries, not just certain countries. In the case of Philippines and Brazil, which rank first and second in sales, it can be a meaningful source of income for users. And for the USA and the UK, which rank third and fourth. What's more is that in the UK, Belgium, and Sweden, it reached number 1 in top grossing mobile games for a while. Some argue that MIR4 was a success because it had a pay-to-win business model. They say blockchain tokenomics suited the game well because it was designed to make payers win. But that's the exact opposite of what happened. Pay to win was not a key to MIR4's success. MIR4 was a hit even though it was a pay-to-win game. MIR4's tokenomics was designed entirely for users, and the developer, WEMADE, never attempted to sell game token or NFT. On the contrary, we couldn't apply tokenomics to all currencies and items due to the pay-to-win business model. Thus, North America-style games that don't support in-game currency and resource sales would be more suitable to tokenomics. The benefits will make the game playing more enjoyable, attracting more users, and game developers will reap commercial gains from the larger user base. More packages might be sold, more monthly paying users might be accumulated. But if developers try to intervene the user's economy by selling game tokens or NFTs itself, it will ruin the tokenomics and gameplay, thus making the game unsustainable. Tokenomics should be designed for users. Almost all industries were affected negatively by last year's global financial crisis. Blockchain game market suffered harder because of the misconceptions that blockchain games are not fun and blockchain game developers only try to make money by selling NFTs in advance. But WEMADE actively leveraged the tough situation to turn crisis into opportunity. As I told you, we failed to onboard 100 games due to the world financial climate and misconceptions on blockchain games. But we did manage to establish the core build to be an open blockchain game platform. First, we have established our own mainnet Wemix 3.0. We are competing against and working with global blockchain mainnets simultaneously. Wemix 3.0 is ranked around number 12 in the total number of wallets created. It differentiated as a mainnet with a solid utility, which is gaming. And its goal is to be the number one mainnet in the world. If the goal becomes a reality, it will be thanks to games, the biggest application. We also created Wemix Dollar, a stablecoin. After Terra Luna collapsed in May, everybody advised against it, but we had no other choice. For the trade using game tokens and NFTs issued in our games to be understood intuitively, the economic activity within it must be intuitive. And that's why a stablecoin is necessary in the trading platform. If no one can answer this simple question, how much is that NFT? Could that economy spread and become active? Think about the situation saying it's a 0.0135 Ether or 0.00867 Bitcoin. When the prices of Ether and Bitcoin fluctuate constantly, these answers will just create chaos for almost everyone. So we need a stable coin, stable coin. Wemix Dollar is stable since it's a 100% collateralized stable coin, scalable because its size grows as the economy does. And it has stable native reflexivity when the increasing trading volume of Wemix Dollar contributes to the value of Wemix coin. As it is perfectly compatible with CBDCs, central bank digital currencies issued by governments, I'm certain that Wemix Dollar will establish itself as a key currency in the blockchain game market. It has weathered the last year's storm respectably and is continuing to scale up at a stable pace. Wemix has become an all-round mainnet, and we rebranded the game platform as Wemix Play. If the existing mainnets only wish to provide a good vacant canvas, Wemix Play aims to provide not only the canvas, but also brush, paints, and tools. It will be a platform on which developers can effectively and efficiently create desired services in a plug-and-play method without any knowledge of the blockchain technology. Wemix Play has been expanded to include GameFi that utilized game tokens and NFTs. Game token trades through DEX and swap were added, and users can earn game token yield through staking and pooling the tokens. Borrow land enables financial activities tailored to your game plan with your game tokens. We also issued a synthetic token called Reflect, which functions like an ETF product in the stock market. This is a token that best represents the Wemix Play platform. It is a combination of multiple game tokens and allows holders to claim tokens of newly added games too. Although the prices of game tokens went through a lot of ups and downs over the past year, the price of Reflect rose stably. We never gave up during the crypto winter. We actually invested more and kept doing our work. In January 22, we had 700 employees in WEMADE overall, but in December, we had more than 1,700 employees, and we are still hiring. I stood in this exact spot last year and talked about blockchain games. And I've told you what happened in the past year. Now, I'll talk about the future of gaming. I told you that games become a lot more fun when blockchain technology is applied. NFTs and game tokens can be issued, and those can be exchanged in and outside games, creating a unique game tokenomics. Now I'll move on to how the game economy and gameplay will change once the in-game economy expands outside games and goes back into different games. Let's go back to Middle 4. Middle 4 is an MMORPG serviced on iOS, Android mobile, and Steam PC platform. As with other MMORPGs, there are many game items such as weapons, gears, materials, and resources. And you have to manage these items economically and efficiently to succeed in the game. We designed that players can turn dark steel, one of the most important resources, dark steel, into game token Draco. Dark steel is great demand. You need it to create gears, to strengthen, and to change options. The higher in the rank you go up, the more you need it. You can get it in Dark Steel Mine, which is the battlefield of guilds, where the winning party can control the mine and earn tax. It means a lot in the context of the in-game economy's demand and supply. Dark steel can be exchanged into Draco, the game token, and traded in DEX and swap via Wemix dollar. That gives dark steel a real economic value, which in turn affects the other in-game resources and activities, resulting in more tense and fun gameplay. As I mentioned earlier, DeFi is also applied to Middle 4, so-called GameFi. I mentioned Draco coin based on dark steel, and we are offering Draco-based financial services. Draco staking program is a lottery. Exchange by Draco supports item trading via Draco. And Hydra is an upper level coin you can make by fusing 20 Dracos. Hydra staking program is also being serviced. In-game economy coming out to the real world is innovative in itself, but imagine what can happen when game tokens or NFTs can be separated from the game. Metaverse game tokens and character NFTs are not tightly coupled with Metaverse. Moreover, blockchain inherently is separated from the game. Metaverse game tokens and character NFTs, even though they are issued by Metaverse, don't belong to Metaverse. They belong to users, not developers, even technically as well as economically. Anyone can make a new game utilizing Metaverse game tokens and NFTs without the developer WEMADE's permission, technically and legally permissionless. And if such a game gains success, would it be positive or negative for Metaverse? Positive, of course, because the game token Draco and the Metaverse character NFT can only be issued on Metaverse. Well, WEMADE launched Mir-M, not Metaverse, Mir-M, a new Mir franchise game globally more than a month ago. Needless to say, Mir-M has fully embraced blockchain technology, and its tokenomics itself is upgraded from that of Metaverse. Drone. Mir-M's game token can be obtained using dark steel, just like Draco in Metaverse, dark steel in Mir-M. But the more finely designed tokenomics controls the in-game inflation of dark steel, keeping the drone price stable, but also allowing to appreciate. Good in-game economy makes gameplay more enjoyable and sustainable. So does good tokenomics. Simply put, drone is an updated Draco. There is another game token in Mir-M, the new game, called Dogma. Dogma is a governance token that decides the availability of major contents, 3 major contents in Mir-M. To play contents such as field boss and world boss raids, valley capture, the battlefield of guild, and the cast siege, your guild needs to own more dogma than others. Dogma can be obtained as rewards by staking Mir-M's drone or Metaverse Hydra in the staking program. To enjoy Mir-M, you need dogma. To obtain dogma, you need Hydra. You have to fuse Dracos to get Hydra, and you have to mine dark steel to mint Draco in Metaverse. Of course, you can skip the process and just purchase what you need in the market. These processes will establish in-game economy where economies of Mir-M and Metaverse are connected directly and indirectly. And these in turn will lead to in-game play. The number of Mir-M users is continuously increasing since the launch a month ago. Peak concurrent user hit 70,000 in the first week, and it grew to exceed 210,000 a few days ago, and it's still rising. And what happened to Meta 4? When a sequel to a franchise game is launched, the popularity, number of users, and sales of the original game usually decline. But not Meta 4. Its number of users and sales improved. This is an unprecedented phenomenon created by in-game economy and in-game play. A very basic and simple connection sparked a new gameplay that never existed before. Until now, all games have existed independently like islands. Gameplays were limited to each game, and in-game assets and economies were also confined to each game. Because blockchain technology is not dependent on a specific game, it can function as a technological foundation to connect all games. Applying blockchain to games will allow assets from a game to be transferred to real economy or be absorbed to another game and possess a different utility within the game. This will not be limited to pairs of two specific games. It will be an end-to-end network, not a one-to-one connection. All tokens, NFTs, and DeFi on the blockchain will benefit from this. I'm not a fan of the term metaverse. Tim Cook once said that he's not sure the average person can tell you what the metaverse is. And I totally agree with him. Still, I don't think the abstract idea the term stands for is completely useless. Rather, I think it's ridiculous to use it to brand your company or service. The way I see it, metaverse is a concept that's closely related to games. Then how can games become metaverse? I believe games can become the metaverse when the economy within the game becomes part of our real economy. Games that incorporate blockchain into their system and connect the in-game economy with the outside world can be defined as metaverse. Moreover, it will be more accurate to define the metaverse as the massive phenomenon of multiple games being connected through blockchain technology. Everyone enjoys different games and leads economic activities, but if these are connected through blockchain technology, this gigantic ecosystem, which enables in-game economy and in-game play, can be called the metaverse. The metaverse should be based not on interface, but on experience, and the experience should not be forced on people. People must experience what they want to experience. If every experience of everyone is connected through blockchain, this giant ecosystem is the metaverse. Certain games or services that are forced upon everybody cannot be metaverse. Whoever can play whatever games they want or use whatever service they want. But a huge ecosystem can be built when all the activities are connected via blockchain technology, and that is metaverse. A huge world where all games, services, and even reality are connected. In summary, I discussed three key points today. Firstly, blockchain technology enhances gaming experience. Secondly, tokenomics is designed for users rather than developers, so avoid selling NFTs and don't be swayed by those who encourage it. Finally, the in-game economy and in-game play create a new paradigm in the gaming world. I appreciate your attention during my speech today. As game developers, our forte lies in creating enjoyable games. I firmly believe that by working together, we can seize this incredible opportunity and master the emerging gaming landscape. At WEMADE, we are committed to assisting any game developers interested in blockchain technology to create outstanding blockchain games. If you have any inquiries, please feel free to ask, and I would be delighted to address them. Thank you.
So I'm going to go with the first question. First of all, thank you for your sharing. You said that tokenomics should be designed for users. But what do you think about the ideas that there's more than just one group of users for blockchain gamers? They could play the game for fun, for earning, or both. So how tokenomics could be balanced to serve all three groups of users?
네, 그 토커노믹스가 이제 유저들을 위해서 설계되어야 된다라고 말씀을 하셨는데요. 한 가지 이상의 부류의 유저들이 있습니다. 재미를 위해서 또 수익을 위해서 이제 플레이하는 그런 다양한 종류의 유저들이 있는데요. 이런 각기 다른 형태의 유저들 사이에 균형을 잘 잡으면서 어떻게 토커노믹스를 설계를 할 수가 있을까요?
네, 그 토코노믹스가 유저를 위해 질문 감사합니다. 토코노믹스가 유저를 위해 설계된다는 거의 핵심은 게임 디벨로퍼가 토큰의 거래, 그게 게임 토큰이든 NFT든 거기에 참여해서는 안 된다. 더 구체적으로는 그걸 팔아서 돈을 벌 생각을 하면 안 된다라는 걸 지적한 것 같습니다.
So the essence of tokenomics being built for users is that the developers in English? Okay, the question was, you said the tokenomics is designed for users, and there are different groups of users, those who play for fun, those who play for earning monies. How can you design tokenomics balancing all these different attributes of different groups of users? So the answer is, thank you for the question. The answer is that the essence of building tokenomics for users is that the developer should never engage in and participate in transactions of tokenomics, be it game or NFTs. So more specifically, developers should not try to make money by selling tokens.
네, 우선은 그 부분을 지적하고 싶고요. 그리고 실제로 현재 온라인 게임 디자이너들은 굉장히 다른 니즈를 가진 유저들 간의 밸런스를 구축할 수 있는 인게임 이코노미를 설계하는 데 주력하고 있습니다. 저는 그것과 다르지 않다고 생각하고요. 실제 경제적 가치를 갖고 있는 돈을 가지고 하냐, 아니면 실제는 아니지만 우리가 경제적 가치가 있다고 믿는, 아니면 그걸 서로 가상으로 믿는 걸 갖고 하냐의 차이일 뿐이지 좋은 인게임 이코노미를 만드는 것과 다르지 않다고 생각합니다.
So that was the first point I wanted to make. And in actuality, a lot of online game designers try to balance different groups of users in designing the in-game economy for different types of games. So that is what they focus on. So I think making tokenomics for users are not that different in nature from what developers have always been doing. The only difference is the tokenomics does it with the actual money that bears economic value, and the in-game economy is based on the money that bears virtual value, trusted and agreed upon by a lot of users. So what they do in essence are the same.
제가 말씀드리고 싶은 거는 토크노믹스가 적용되지 않는 현재 게임도 저희가 비록 가짜 돈이지만 진짜 돈이라고 생각하고 설계하기 때문에 저는 본질적으로 큰 차이가 없다고 생각합니다. Thank you.
So already economies inside the already existing games, although they are not tokenomics, and although they deal in fake money, not real money, in essence, what they do is basically similar.
Thank you for the speech. My question is, I really think that your view that all games will soon implement blockchain is interesting. For that to happen, a lot of the games have to onboard existing users onto the blockchain technology, because this is going off of pure speculation. But I think that a lot of gamers are unfamiliar with or do not know well the Web3 concepts or technology. So is there anything that WeMade is doing to onboard Web2 gamers or existing gamers onto the Web3 technology and platforms?
네, 모든 게임들이 블록체인을 반영하게 될 것이다라는 이제 시각이 대단히 흥미롭습니다. 근데 그렇게 위해서는 기존의 그 게이머들에게 블록체인 기술이라는 부분으로 새로이 옮겨가는 온보딩을 시키는 과정이 필요할 텐데요. 이제 추측에 불과합니다만은 그래도 많은 이제 웹2의 기존의 게이머들은 웹3의 개념이나 기술에 대해서 익숙하지 않기 때문에 이런 웹3 기술이나 플랫폼으로 사람들이 잘 옮겨갈 수 있도록 위메이드에서 하고 계신 활동들이 있으실지요?
네, 질문 감사합니다. 실제로 지금 현재 위믹스에 온보드된 25개 게임은 출시는 웹2라고 볼 수 있는 게임들입니다. 거기에 저희가 인게임 이코노미에 토크노믹스를 적용해서 웹3 게임의 형태를 띠고 있다라고 말씀을 드릴 수 있을 것 같고요.
Thank you for the question. So all the 25 games now being imported onto the Wemix platform were born in Web2 world. And we incorporated tokenomics to the in-game economies of those games, and they're transformed into Web3 games.
그래서 크립토에서 시작한 재미없는 게임들하고는 달리 재밌는 게임으로 시작한 어프로치가 성공할 거고 저희도 그렇게 진행을 하고 있습니다. 그래서 실제로 유저들도 웹2 유저들이 많이 있고 결국은 재미있는 블록체인 게임이 나오면 웹2 유저들이 기존에 내가 즐기던 게임이 더 재밌어지는구나 라는 거를 알게 되고 그러면 더 유저 베이스가 확대되는 식으로 진화 발전하리라 생각합니다.
So unlike really boring games that were born in crypto world, most of the games are fun to play, and those fun to play games can be successful, and that's what we are pursuing. And actually, a lot of the games from those existing games are, of course, Web2 users. They experience that these existing Web2 games they used to play becomes even more exciting when blockchain elements are applied to them. And in that way, user base will expand, and that is the course and the path of evolution and development we envision.
게임 토큰이랑 NFT로 게임 플레이를 재밌게 하고 또 그거를 게임 밖에서 거래해서 경제적 이익을 얻는 경험을 유저가 하다 보면 게임이 더 재밌다는 걸 알게 되고 그렇게 되면 왜 너희 게임은 게임 내 재화를 게임 안에만 가둬두고 있냐? 왜 NFT로 내가 소유하거나 내가 거래하지 못하게 하냐는 유저들로부터의 프레셔가 있을 거고 그 프레셔 때문에 결국 게임 디벨로퍼들도 변해가는 그런 식의 다이내믹스가 앞으로 펼쳐질 거라고 생각합니다. 감사합니다.
So as they enjoy games, because the games become more interesting with blockchain and game tokens and NFTs incorporated into them, and as they make money doing transaction outside of the games, they would enjoy the games better, and they will also reap the fruits of economic gains. And then they will say to other games, hey, why are you just leaving the resources locked up inside the games? Let me use it. So this type of user pressure will encourage and even force other developers to go to the path of blockchain games. I think that is the dynamics that we'll be able to see in the market. Thank you.
네. 근데 그럴 때 이제 게임 회사들이 블록체인을 다 같이 공부해서 할 수 없으니 저희가 블록체인 기술을 활용해 각자 자기의 토큰과 NFT를 발행할 수 있는 플랫폼이 되겠다는 게 저희의 목적이라는 말을 덧붙이겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Yes, and I would like to add, when that happens, game companies cannot just learn about blockchain from scratch. So we will serve as a platform where all the game companies can mint their own token and create their own NFTs based on our blockchain technology. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Henry, for sharing. I just have a quick question. So Web2, the big platform is mobile. And how do you think about the next the game category in Web3? So like a casual, middle core, or hardcore. Which category do you think you have a next opportunity on Web3 and why?
네, 웹2에서는 이제 모바일이 가장 큰 영역, 가장 큰 이제 플랫폼이었습니다. 그런데 이제 미르4의 경우에서처럼 이렇게 이제 인게임 경제가 이제 현금으로 연결되는 이런 웹3의 새로운 분야에서는 어떤 카테고리, 어떤 플랫폼이 또 가장 유력하리라고 생각하시는지요?
네, 그 게임을 이제 디바이스로 뭐 모바일이냐 PC냐 이렇게 구분할 수도, 콘솔이냐로 구분할 수도 있고, 또 게임의 장르로 MMORPG냐, 뭐 FPS냐, 액션 게임이냐, 소셜 카지노나 이렇게 구분할 수 있을 것 같은데, 실제로 앞서 말씀드렸던 제가 말씀드린 미르 게임은 크로스 디바이스적으로는 이미 크로스 플랫폼을 하고 있기 때문에 디바이스에 타지 않는다라고 말씀드릴 수 있을 것 같고요. 장르로 보면 저는 모든 장르의 게임이 다 적합하다고 생각합니다. 우리 25개 게임 중에는 FPS도 있고 시뮬레이션 게임도 있고 소셜 카지노도 있거든요. 왜냐하면 모든 게임들이 각각의 게임 디자이너들이 만든 게임 시스템, 그걸 저는 인게임 이코노미라고 부르는데 그걸 갖고 있기 때문에 그것이 밖으로 확장되는, 다른 게임으로 확장되기만 하면 더 재밌어지기 때문에 저는 모든 게임이 다 어울릴 거라고 생각합니다. 감사합니다.
Yes, games can be categorized based on different parameters. First, device-wise, the groups can be mobile, PC, and console. In terms of genres, it can be MMORPG, FPS, action, social, casino. When it comes to Mir4, we are already full-blown cross-platform games, so Mir4 and other blockchain games are quite device-agnostic. And in terms of genre, I think 25 games that are already onboarded spans through different categories from FPS, simulation, social casino. I believe all game system designers created, in other words, in-game economy, can be expanded to other games, adding to the fun of the games. So it's also genre independent, incorporating a blockchain element, goes through many different genres. Thank you.
Hello, thanks so much for the speech. Quick question from considering like mobile game market, we see through past years more and more pressure from distribution platforms like Apple Store and Google on closing up external payments, and they consider blockchain as external payment system. How do you see in next year it being developed, and are you guys currently having any solutions to that?
네, 모바일 게임과 관련해서 지난 몇 년간 이런 이제 앱스토어나 뭐 구글이나 애플 아이스토어나 이런 그 디스트리뷰션 플랫폼 상에서 이제 외부 결제에 대한 제재가 상당히 심해지고 있는데 블록체인도 이런 외부 결제 일환으로 보고 있는 시각이 있습니다. 이에 대해서는 어떻게 해결하시려고 하는지요?
네, 그 실제로 뭐 오히려 애플은 NFT에 약간 부정적이고 스팀은 이제 토큰에, 게임 토큰에, 코인에 되게 약간 부정적인 입장을 취하고 있는 것도 사실인데요.
Yes, it is true that Apple is taking quite a bit of negative stance against NFTs and Steam to tokens and coins.
근데 다행스럽게도 이제 블록체인 테크놀로지, 블록체인이란 플랫폼 자체가 게임과 세퍼레이트, 분리되어 있기 때문에 사실은 그들에게 서비스하는 게임 버전에서는 블록체인과 관련된 요소를 하나도 안 넣고 저희가 검수를 받을 수 있습니다. 그 실제 게임 내 재화를 블록체인 쪽으로 가져와서 블록체인 시스템에서 구현하면 되기 때문에 실제로 저희 25개 게임을 애플, 구글, 스팀 어느 플랫폼이든 크게 제재받지 않고 서비스를 하고 있습니다. 이거는 기술의 속성이 블록체인이 게임과 분리되어 있기 때문입니다.
Fortunately, blockchain technology and blockchain platform are separated from the game itself. Because of this attribute, the game versions that are serviced on those distribution platforms can be reviewed without incorporating blockchain elements to it beforehand. In-game resources can be taken to the blockchain system and blockchain platforms and implemented there. So all 25 games that are onboarded on the Wemix platform can be distributed without any restrictions on different platforms of Apple, Google, and Steam. So that is because, of course, again, of the attribute of being blockchain technology separated from games itself.
현재 글로벌 어떤 규제 흐름을 볼 때 이런 애플이나 스팀 같은 거대 플랫폼들이 더 확장적으로 규제를 할 가능성은 낮아 보이고요. 그리고 앞서 말씀드린 그 블록체인 테크놀로지의 본원적인 속성 때문에 현재의 규제도 피해갈 수 있고 사실은 그 속성 때문에 제가 오늘 말씀드린 인터게임 이코노미라는 게 가능해진다고 말씀드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. 감사합니다.
When we look at a global trend of these regulations or restrictions, I don't believe giant platforms like Apple and Steam will expand in its limitation or restrictions imposed on different games. And thanks to the intrinsic characteristic of blockchain games, the games will not be bound to the regulations, and that can implement intergame economy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So I just wanted to ask, like, what's Wemix actually doing? So one of the best games, as you mentioned, was GTA. GTA, a lot of people play that because the graphics are so good. So is there a way that Wemix is kind of tackle that problem? Because I think onboarding Web2 users to Web3 games is mostly gonna happen when the graphics of these games become realistic and much better. I've played some of the games that are on the Wemix platform, and they are good, but maybe they don't look as good. So is there something that the company is doing to be able to tackle that?
네, 구체적으로 이제 위메이드가 또 위믹스가 어떤 활동들을 하고 있는지 궁금한데요. 그 GTA의 예를 드셨지만 그것을 사람들이 웹2 유저들이 또 많은 하는 이유가 상당한 이제 트래픽이 있고 상당히 이제 재미의 규모가 있기 때문입니다. 그래서 이제 위믹스로 그런 옮겨가기 위해서는 그 위믹스에서도 어느 정도의 트래픽이 현실적으로 도달돼야 될 것으로 생각이 되는데요. 회사 차원에서 이것을 위해서 어떻게 하고 계신지 궁금합니다.
네, 질문 감사합니다. 그러니까 위믹스가 뭔가 완전히 새로운 그 바닥부터 시작해서 완전히 새로운 걸 만드는 건 아니고요. 기존에 있던 생태계, 재미있는 게임, 그 재미있는 게임을 디스트리뷰션하는 플랫폼들, 애플이나 스팀 같은 그 다음에 뭐 게임을 만들기 위한 저작 도구를 만드는 유니티나 언리얼 같은 이런 생태계를 저희가 대체하는 거는 아니라는 말씀을 좀 드리고 싶습니다.
So first, I want to mention that Wemix is not to replace the existing ecosystem that is working quite well. So Wemix is not trying to create something completely new from scratch. So we are working with the ecosystem of interesting games and distribution platforms like Apple and Steam, and development tools like Unity and Unreal.
오히려 지금의 이코시스템에 없는 게 뭐냐면 real economic value, 그러니까 실제 경제적 가치 없는 것들을 저희는 더해주는 플랫폼이 되는 거고요. 따라서 현존하는 어떤 플랫폼과도 저희는 컴패터블합니다. 무언가를 대체하는 게 아니라 애드하는 플랫폼이 된다는 겁니다.
So what we are trying to do is to complement what is lacking in the current ecosystem, which is real economic value. So we work with and compatible with existing platforms. So we are not here to replace, but to add to the value.
그란세프트 오토를 즐기는 유저 입장에서는 지금 너무 게임 재밌게 잘 즐겼죠. 근데 그게 그냥 게임 안에서 끝이잖아요. 근데 게임 안에 있는 커런시와 재화들을 토큰과 NFT로 만들어서 그걸 거래할 수 있고 또 더 나아가 그란세프트 오토 개발사가 그 다음 버전에서 다시 또 쓸 수 있게 해주면 훨씬 더 재밌는 상황이 벌어질 거라고 생각합니다. 그게 제가 오늘 말씀드린 포인트입니다. 감사합니다.
So of course, the users of Grand Theft Auto love the game because it's well-made game. But all the things inside the game just stop being there inside the game. It doesn't come out of the game. So if the currencies and resources can be brought outside the game in the form of tokens and NFTs and are traded outside the game, things will be more exciting. And if those resources and NFTs and tokens can be reused in the next version by the developer of GTA, things will be far more exciting. So that's what I'm telling you about.
그래서 유저 입장에서 보면 같은 유저고요. 새로운 유저나 새로운 경험이 아니라 경험이 더 풍성해진다고 볼 수 있고 게임 디벨로퍼 입장에서는 그걸 손쉽게 만들어줄 수 있는 소프트웨어 디벨롭먼트 킷을 저희가 제공하겠다는 겁니다. 그래서 블록체인 기술에 대한 이해 없이도 자기 게임의 토큰과 NFT를 발행하게 해주겠다라는 게 저희 플랫폼이 하는 일입니다.
So we are not creating a whole new group of users. They're the same with the richer experience. And we're going to provide SDKs for the game developers so that they can easily mint their own token and issue their own NFTs on our platform without the knowledge of blockchain technology. That's what we are trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, thanks a lot for the presentation. So my question is basically two. The first one is for those like existing company that have a sort of like big or small IPs, how easily can get them to onboard with the Wemix platform? So for example, from your existing game like Mirror 4, that was recently launched officially and that was embedded with the Web3 technology. So I would like to understand a bit from you that how internally, right, from WEMADE perspective, that to transform the old version of Mirror, like Mirror 3 to Mirror 4 and the existing extra layer of the Web3 into the old version, that how much effort is being spent. So basically this is the first question. And the second question is what's the general user feedbacks regarding the new layers of the Web3 being added into the Mirror 4 game, and for example the adoption rate, and how the players can really gain benefits from using that Tokenomics system. So that's all my question.
네, 두 가지 질문인데요. 이제 첫 번째는 이제 큰 그 IP를 가지고 있는 게임사 입장에서 얼마나 쉽게 위믹스 플랫폼으로 혹은 이제 블록체인 게임의 요소들을 도입할 수 있는가라는 질문입니다. 그래서 그 위메이드 내부적으로도 미르 3에서 이제 미르 4로 새로운 이제 그 기존의 게임에다가 웹3의 레이어를 덧붙이는데 어느 정도의 노력과 수고가 들었는지 첫 번째 질문이고요. 두 번째는 이제 웹3의 요소가 미르4에 적용되고 난 다음에 사용자 피드백은 어떤지 궁금합니다. 이제 뭐 여러 가지 수치 측면에서나 도입률에서나 아니면은 실제 그 플레이어들이 이 그 토크노믹스의 실익을 어느 정도로 입었는지 그런 수치 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 질문 감사합니다. 우선 두 번째 질문부터 답을 드리면 앞서 제가 발표의 미르4 성과를 말씀드렸듯이 미르4라는 게임에 저희가 기대했던 것보다 훨씬 더 큰 성과를 얻었고요. 특히 정말 우리가 코인이나 NFT에 관심 없는 퓨어 게임 플레이어들의 그 만족도가 굉장히 높습니다. 왜냐하면 더 많은 사람들이 게임에 참여하고 본인이 더 많이 자신을 쇼오프할 수 있는 기회가 생기기 때문에.
To answer the second question first, as I mentioned in my presentation, Mirror 4 was even more successful than we expected. Particularly, the pure game players who were not knowledgeable about games or NFTs were way more satisfied than before. More people play the game and they could really show off their forte in the game.
그 테크니컬리 위믹스에 온보드 되는 데는 이제 수주, a few weeks 정도로 줄였습니다. 근데 당연히 게임을 디자인할 때 이게 재미있게 만들기, 그다음에 게임 경제 시스템이 서스테이너블하게 만들기가 어렵듯이 어떤 부분을 토큰으로 적용하고 어떤 부분을 NFT로 적용하고 그 토크노믹스를 어떻게 구현하느냐, 이거는 정답이 있는 문제가 아니니까 게임별로 시차가 많이 있는 것 같습니다.
So the time frame required for Wemix onboarding is now shortened to a few weeks time frame. So it's really faster now, but it's quite difficult for designer to create fun to play game, an exciting in-game economy that is sustainable. So deciding which part of the game will be transformed into tokens and NFTs and how to apply tokenomics into those existing games takes time. There is no right or wrong answers. So that part takes time.
오늘 뭐 제 말한 주제이기도 한데요. 저는 이제 블록체인이라는 기술, 코인과 NFT가 있으니 이걸 가지고 게임을 만들어야 되는 어프로치는 성공할 가능성이 낮다고 보고요. 오히려 기존의 재밌는 게임, 이미 게임에 재미가 있는 곳에 토크노믹스를 덧붙이는 게 결국 블록체인 게임의 현재도 가장 성공하는 모델이고 앞으로도 마찬가지일 거다라는 게 제가 갖고 있는 생각입니다. 감사합니다.
It nicely leads to the theme and the topic of my talk today. So the games that are created with blockchain technology and NFTs. Hey, there are technologies like blockchain and NFT. Let's make a game out of it. Those games are unlikely to be really successful. Only those games that starts with fun to play game from the beginning and applying tokenomics to those games can be successful. And that is the most successful model for now and for the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. See you next year.